They're cloners out beyond the Rishi maze. Hey everybody, welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home for a Monday shave, the 2nd of January 2023. And that weirdo that you saw in the beginning was trying to do a reference to a certain movie. You guys may have gotten it if you're a Star Wars fan. And that's what we're going to talk today. We're going to talk today about a clone, an homage, however you want to put it. But before we get started, don't forget www.theshavingcadre.com. Please come and visit us. We'd certainly appreciate it. And then also, if you'd like, subscribe, comment, and ring that little bell down here somewhere. We'd certainly appreciate it. The channel appreciates it. I appreciate it. And the Shaving Cadre appreciates it. And then also in the description, you're going to see a list of different channels. Please check them out. Some are shaving related. Some are non-shaving related. Just ones that I think you'd enjoy. Okay, so let's get started today. When we say clones, it's not necessarily a bad thing. A clone or an homage is a soap or fragrance maker's attempt to not only give homage to that scent, but also, in some small way, allow the general public to experience it, because many of these homages or clones, as they call them, are from fragrances that are highly, highly expensive. And so it gives people that would never, ever, ever get a chance to try these fragrances a chance to feel what it's like. Now, these are not exact clones. I mean, there's different formulary and stuff like that that goes into them, obviously for copyright and ownership issues, but you know, and none of them are named of the real one. I've tried a good number of homage scents, and most of the time, and Creed is one big fragrance house that these come from, because Creed, you know, you're going to drop $400 on a Creed fragrance right out of the gate. Now, are they the best? Yes, but most people can't afford it. But you want to be able to try Green Irish Tweed, or you want to be able to try Aventus. And I've tried most Aventus clones. The one that sticks out is made by Fine, and it's called Fine Platinum. I had never tried Rod's Sterling Soap Company, his version, which is Executive Man, and that's what we're using today. So we're using Executive Man Shave Soap, Executive Man Aftershave, and then something also that I'm new in trying is, I did not realize he had this as well, it's Executive Man Solid Cologne. So this is a cologne that that basically has, you just, you know, rub your fingers on it and then rub it on, and it smells wonderful. Now, as I said, and also for the razor, we're going to do a DE shave today. We're going to use a Gillette President with a Persona blade in it. But most of the time, these homages are heavy on one fragrance note that's in the original fragrance. And in Fine's case, it's about the closest, because Aventus is a very pineapple forward fragrance. However, like I said, I had never tried this one, Rod's, and I gotta say, this one has more, it does have the pineapple, but it has more of the original darkness. And when I say darkness, more of a spiciness of the original Aventus. And so this one, very, very nice and very, very strong on the soap. And aside from English Fern, Aventus is probably my favorite fragrance. I usually have an actual bottle of the Creed Aventus, always. And it was actually ranked as one of the most popular men's fragrances in recent history. That and Yves Saint Laurent's this one right here. I don't have my glasses on, but Rive Gauche Pour Homme, the original in the Barbasol can. That's also been copied quite a bit. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if Rod does an homage to that, but Fine does in the Fine American blend, and it's very good as well. This is wonderful. Very, very pineapple-y, but like I said, more of the original feeling of actual Creed Aventus. So this is very nice. This may end up being the favorite. Creed did make shave soaps a long time ago, but they didn't go over very well. Because if I was to pick a fragrance house, well, Penhaligon's used to be my absolute favorite, but they, I don't know if they went under new ownership or management, but all the fragrances went away from a lot of the traditional men's fragrances and went more to a Middle Eastern type of dark frankincense, myrrh, that type of fragrance. I mean, they still have some of their originals, but like Green Irish Fern is gone. Savoy Steam is under a different thing. Bayalea is gone. So a lot of these are not like they used to be, in my opinion. Creed has kept to its tradition of keeping their scents. I am sure Aventus will always be a part of their lineup. However, Aventus is one of the few that has good longevity. A lot of their citrus scents, like most citrus scents, are very, very light. But that being the case, such as Neroli Sauvage and Eurolfa, is that when you're paying $400 for 50 milliliters, you want that scent to last, and that's the biggest complaint that I've heard. So, do clones, copies, homages have a space in this world? Absolutely, absolutely. And most of the fragrance houses take it as a compliment, because the customer base that's going to be buying those fragrances is that customer base, and that's not going to change. But right now, if I was to pick a favorite fragrance house, it would be Floris. And that's probably only because they still hang on to shaving roots as well. I meant to mention, I know there's 1,000 different DE blades out there, and I know that every year they go through every year there's a new favorite. And I know for a while it was Voskhod's, then it was Gillette Silver Blues, then it was Astra SPs, then it was Wizamet and Paul Silvers, and I had all of those, and they're all very nice blades. However, I have to say that I had a tuck of Persona Supers. Now, I did not know that those are actually the Persona Lab Blues. And I gotta say, to me, as far as a DE blade is concerned, the Lab Blues are absolutely my favorite. They seem to have the best overall longevity, because I forget how many shaves I've got on them because I don't use D's too often. But they're just so smooth. And this Gillette President is a little bit more aggressive than a Super Speed, and just a little bit less aggressive than an Open Comb Aristocrat. But just a wonderful razor. This thing was given to me. It was NOS. It was given to me by a client, and this present is just in beautiful shape. Okay, that was 3 passes. Wonderful shape. And again, the residual slickness of Rod's soaps at Sterling are just wonderful, because you really don't need to always reapply. But the fragrance from the soap is what's surprising me. Is it's still that wonderful pineapple and everything else. Oh, nice shave, especially for a DE. Don't forget to turn in Sunday, this next Sunday, when we have the announcement of our newest winner of the 777 straight razor shootout, to see who's going to go against the Philly. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but for our brush today, we used a rubber set 400-4, one of the originals. And there's been a lot of copy. I remember when you couldn't get a copy. You either spent the money on a 400-4 or you waited. Then a plastic version came out, and now it seems like there's quite a few of these made in aluminum, stainless steel, and they're all. But it's nice having the original. The 404 was just such a unique brush, and that's got a TGN Finest knob in it. All right, we're going to switch up the Witch Hazel today. We're going to use Quinn's Lavender, as I think lavender pairs pretty well with the Aventus. And we're going to, or excuse me, the Executive Man, I should say. And we're going to use Sterling Executive Man. First use, wonderful. I have to admit, now, this is probably closer than Fine Platinum, in my opinion. It's more of a true homage. Although the Fine Platinum, which I've got plenty of, is sitting there. But this has got the feel of Aventus. It really, really, really does. We're going to be using Mennen Talc again. And then again, we're going to be using the, never used this before, but it's basically a solid cologne. And I guess all you do is just kind of rub your finger on it, or your thumbnail, rub it around, and then put it on as needed. And that's it, folks. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home for another shave. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget, come and see us at the Shaving Cadre. I certainly appreciate it. Probably have one more video in us before the end, and I may spritz a little bit of the real Aventus if I can figure out where I put it, and we'll go from there. So everybody, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again real soon. Take care. I found it as a postscript. So we're going to be putting on just a few spritzes of this as well. Wonderful stuff. Take care.